Hello and welcome. I'm Bill Wake. We're working on a program to compare similarity of tunes, and we're to the point we've been creating a report based on what's known as a Parsons Code. And to do that, created a grid object that holds a grid of characters. And in the grid, we draw a graph that represents our song, our melody. We'd like to improve that grid today. Okay. Here we go. Okay, and I see, looks like we are working today, so that's a good thing compared to yesterday. All right, so here's the grid. Let's see. So we have this grid. We represent positive and negative rows, and we start with an empty grid, and the axis, basically the vertical line corresponding to the x-axis, is 0 with no contents. We track, well, the axis also tells us how many positive rows there are. And so we can derive the negative rows is the height minus positive rows minus 1 for the axis. Let's see what else we have. Let me go to put. So when you put, you're writing a position X, Y, you write a character there. We add lines if needed vertically. Okay, so if when you're starting, you only have the one line and it's empty. If you put something at x equals 0, y equals 3, well, we don't have a line 3, so we have to insert 3 lines, and then we can draw there. Okay, and once we have that, we calculate where should we actually draw, and then we put some padding in until we get to the space there, and then we insert the character, the padding, and the character. All right. We also have a version that can put a string as well, so that's good. Here, this is a little. I won't leave this picture here, but this state is we've drawn something in row 2, or x equals 2. Sorry, y equals 2, like it says there. That's the first row of the array. The second row is y equal 1. The third row is y equals 0. And that's also the axis points to 2. And then y equals minus 1 is in row 3. Okay. And so to insert a new row above, we have to insert some blank lines at the front. If we need stuff at the bottom, we insert blank lines at the bottom. Then we have a second grid. This one we're working on. We'd like to take a grid and put it next to a grid horizontally with some spaces between them. And so we first calculate the widths of the two things. We add lines to the other axis if we're the right-hand side. So we're making it big as the original one. And then we do the same thing on the other side in case the right-hand side is bigger. When we're done, we have the same number of positive rows, and actually we should have we could have a precondition that the self dot height is the same. Okay, let's make sure that's all good. All right, and then once we have forced these two things to be the same height and the same x-axis location, we're gonna append them. So we're gonna walk through each line. We're gonna pad out the left side, pad out the right side to its width, and then the new line is gonna be the left with padding, the spaces, and the right with padding. That all seems good to me. Okay, let's push this. Add another precondition for height being the same. Add items. Okay. Now, I have this group that's basically I think somebody calls them the Friday Night Geek Out, even though we meet on Tuesdays nowadays. But I took this to them just to kind of get their reaction and see what their suggestions might be, because I'm not happy. This just feels way complicated for what I want to do. It doesn't feel wrong. I mean, I think it's behaving as designed or as intended, but um, it's it's just not doing it well. Okay. Um, yeah, the bear's dancing, but we're going to complain about how well it does. So one thing I noticed with them was, hey, we never even referenced the width. Okay, I think the only reference to that is in a test, in one of our earliest tests, just checking that a grid is has width 0 when you start. Okay, but I think one of the things we talked about the other night was you you do know the width, or you could know the width, because you've done all these puts. When you put a character, you may be increasing the length of things. Um, and sorry, I got a little junior company coming here. Um, so let's see. So we you could update the width at on the put, okay, and keep track of it that way. So I'd like to do that. Um, the width right now is 0. Let's go find a test. We put something. Okay, and let's make an assert. This will drive what we're doing. So grid.width should be, well, this is x equals 3. And you can see here the width should be 4. Okay, it's always one more than the highest x coordinate because it's a 0-based grid. Whether that's good or bad, I don't know, but it is. Okay, this test will now fail. Whoops. Still fail because we're not tracking grid anywhere. All right, so okay, 0 not equal to 4. Yeah, we hard coded the 0, so no way it grows to 4. All right, so let's do this. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I think I'll make this private set. Is that the way we do it? Var width of int. Let's start off equals 0. Okay, should fail the same way. Okay, and then we need to track it. So it's really the put. This put is sort of the fundamental one. If the x is bigger than the one width we have, then we need to save the new width. Okay, so let's do that. Oh, excuse me. All right. Let's see. So if the current x is greater or equal to the current width, then we need to update width. Okay, because recall we started off with an empty grid. Well, a grid with one line of an empty string, and so its width is 0. If you put something at 0, you need to widen it. Okay, and if x is greater than or equal to width, then we need to reassign width is x plus 1. Okay, again 0-based, so we have to allow for that. Okay, and I think because put is what happens, that should work. Okay, good. Compute width as we go. Okay, and this private set thing is saying, here's a variable. Anybody can read it, but only this class can change it. All right, now the width. Okay, This width here, we go through every line and count the line with the biggest number of characters, but now we can do that more easily. It's really should be body.width, and this one should be other dot, sorry, this is just width, and this is other dot width. All right, all our tests should still pass. Okay, and then where do we use width? Well, that's in all the padding. Okay, so use the newly computed width. Okay, I just realized I'm not updating my to-do either. All right, so to-do. Clean up grid, report for one tune. Well, we're going to clean up grid first. Okay, and what we're doing is compute width as we go. Or maybe it's maintain width as we go. Okay. And, well, I think it's fair to say we've done that. So apparently Twitch was having problems yesterday and just didn't want to let me in. Okay. Now, let's see. The second thing, well, the other thing I discussed with my friends the other night was like different representations. And the way we're representing it now is strings, and each string, each line, I should say, in the body is potentially a different length. You know, it just depends. If you put something at column 20, well, that line is 21 characters long. If you put something at column 2, that line is 3 characters long. And every line is different. And because every line is different, when we do when we start computing things, we have to compute the padding we need. Okay. And what I'd like to do is switch the representation, and I don't know how hard I want to fight it, I guess. But I'd like to switch us to being an array of characters in each line and see what happens. So what I anticipate is I'm gonna have to do something when the width changes. I think I want to maintain the invariant that's not being maintained right now, which is that every line has the same width. Okay, that is definitely not the case today. Okay, so one thing I could do, let's put that in. I mean, it's not going to hurt anything, because we do add the spaces if we need them. But I think what I'm going to do is make sure every line has that many spaces. Okay, so this is still a refactoring in the sense that, well, it's sort of a question of like, what's our representation versus what's our reality. And when you do as string, we've been okay. Let's see where the string goes. We just join the lines with new lines between them. We're not concerned about are they the same width or not. The visual look is the same. The actual spaces, the actual line contents can vary in width. Okay. Let's see. So let's say when you change the maximum width, we're going to go through every line and pad it. Is that the right way to do this? Yeah, you know, the thing is, okay, let me go to Parsons graph. Okay, so here's where we put our characters in the graph, and we know the way this happens is driven from this graph routine that runs through the codes in order, and so we know that the x coordinates are always increasing in the way this graph is drawn. Let me go find one in a test. Yeah, okay. So as you're putting them across, there's never two things at the same x coordinate. Okay, never two things in the same column. All right, and that means that we know the width is only going to be like monotonically increasing by 1 at that given point. We don't allow for the possibility that you could have two lines in here, and yeah, we're relying on that. We're also relying on put being able to just append things. We're assuming it's always going to be further to the right, never overwriting anything. And that constraint is okay for our particular application, but I'd like to make this a little more general. And so I think what I'd like to do is just start writing at a given position, knowing that the thing is wide enough. Okay, so I'm saying let's make every row wide enough. Okay, so body, let's see, can we do this? Body dot enumerated dot for each. Okay, and what do we get? Well, we get n, index, and string in. Okay. We want to go through each row and pad it out. Okay, so that's really this kind of move. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so all right, so what we're going to do is assign body subindex equals body subindex, and then we'll do the padding stuff. To length x with pad space. Okay. We don't need target y. Okay. The length x. Well, I think that's x plus 1, which is width. Okay. Let's try this. So if we've made the thing wider, we're going to go through each line and pad it out, basically. All right, so this should be neutral. Maybe, we may have spaces. Okay, take that back. Right. Okay. So this has this block of spaces. This has none. Okay. All right. So I'm going to make a change make a change in S string. All right. So let's somewhere we have a trim. Trim right is amazingly difficult. I'm going to put the trim in for now. We may decide we don't need it in the long run. I don't know if I have something I call trim. Yeah. Okay. That's not it. That's not it. Okay, I don't. Ugh. I remember we looked at this maybe a couple days ago. All right, so Swift trim right only. Right, we don't want to trim the leading spaces. And yeah, this we know how to do. Okay, I don't think this is the right one. Yeah, separated by trim leading spaces, trim trailing spaces. Ugh, yeah. I don't think that's necessarily wrong. It's just painful that we have to. Oh, that's trim drawing tools. Paul Hudson has such a great site. However, he's not answering this question. All right. Let's just try Swift right trim. Okay. I guess this is the kind of thing we'll do. Ugh. Okay. I mean, we know it's literal spaces, so I'm okay to. Let's deal with that. Okay. Okay, so let me define a trim right. I don't know, this is turning into a longer step than I want. Trim right. Let's see. So this is, I guess I'll call it string. String dot last where $0 not equal space. Okay. And let position is that. Okay, so if it's not nil, guard I think we can do the same kind of thing. Yeah, let's let guard let. Let's take that. Okay, so we find one where the last character is not a space. If there isn't one, yeah, this is tricky. Obnoxiously tricky. the position where it's not equal space. Okay, if there is none, then that says this. Let's see. If there is none where it's not equal to space, then it's all spaces. Okay, and the trim should be empty string. Otherwise, we have a position, and we'll return string sub everything up to position, right? And that's kind of what they did here. Oh yeah, got to turn it into a string. Subscript requires the type string and element and character be equivalent. String and element. Well, okay. Else return self. Oh, well, that's string. Okay. Yeah. Index equals. Well, I don't see the difference here. I mean, if I call this index, it's going to look a lot more like that. Index equals string.last, where not characters, regardless, it's an index. Oh, last index instead of string. Okay. Okay. Ugh. Map this to $0 trim right of $0 and join it by separator. Okay, let's take that. Oh man. And okay. That. Well, okay, I'm doing trim right there. Yeah. This. Okay. Yeah. And I don't know. I think we're clearly out of straight refactoring territory too. But I basically had an inconsistent approach, right? I had varying lines. Well, I had lines where the last character was always there was never any spaces on the right, and then the grid stuff put spaces on the right. I want to trim and see. Oops. I may be putting these back at some point because I think that would be reasonable. Okay. All right. So, make each line grow when the width grows. Make as string Trim off trailing spaces. Okay. And again, I feel like there's these are all equivalent from the point of view of like if you just saw it on a in a text, you can't actually see the spaces or anything. They're not there as far as you're concerned. So I don't know, why is that not green? Oh, there it is. Okay, good. All right. So my claim now, we've adjusted the height. Okay, so I think what we're doing is make each line maintain the current width. Make each line grow as the current width grows. Okay. Now, because I've done this, and I don't know, I'm excuse me, I'm pushing stuff around, I guess, but having updated in my put this stuff, I'm making sure every line has spaces at the end up to the width it needs. Okay. And so my claim is this full left body row padded, my claim is the row should already be padded and that this is unnecessary. All right, let's make sure that's right. Well, okay. Text 2, blank line, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, text 3. Let me put this in a word, a flat font. Okay, and I'm going to push this down to the next line and push this down to the next line so I can kind of compare them. Whoa. 1, 2, 3. Text 2. Let's see what this is. Grid 1 is text 2. Oh. Okay, let's undo that. I think I've messed up something here. All right, the problem is I've padded the line I'm going to draw at this point, and now when I put the character in, this line has already been padded too much. Okay, I don't know the right way to do this. I'm trusting all this is going to work out. What I'm going to do is filter, and is included is index string in index not equal y. Okay, so for every row other than the one I'm about to write to, and this is what I think will go away eventually. So I'm not, I know it's ugly now. Okay. Skip, include it only if it's not the index row, because that row we're gonna put the body target with padding, which just doesn't need any padding, but we're gonna put body target and add the character to it. Okay, so let's make sure that's correct. Okay, so when adding space to rows, don't add extra space for the line to be changed. Okay. All right, so now my claim is this thing is already padded. Oh, man. Okay. Clearly it's not, because I just skipped it. All right. Let's deal with that one separately. Body sub y equals body sub y dot padding to length x with pad space starting at 0, and I could not find documentation on what starting at does. Okay, so I'm going to pad this thing only up to one character away. All right, this should still pass. What do I know? Okay. Fatal out of range. Print Y. Y is -2. Y is -2. Okay. Let's print body. Okay, and axis. Axis is 0, so this is line -1, -2. Body sub y. It should have added the line, and it does have it. Okay. It has 2 characters. That can't be right. I know I'm just kind of working around stuff that's going to go away. That's the worst of this. But here we are. Okay, so if I print body sub y, that should be okay. Ooh. Index out of range. Why? Oh, it's not really y that we care about. Oh, golly. We got to worry about our axis. Oh, we got target y. Okay. Let's move this up. Okay, so index not equal target y. And this should be target y. Okay. Add less padding for the row we're putting to. Okay, I think now I can. I think I've pushed things back far enough. I can start cleaning out. Okay, so my theory is this doesn't need to be padded anymore because we padded it up here, one short, and now we're going to have this. Okay, and I can inline this and delete that. Okay, and my goal is I want to eliminate all padding other than this adjustment. Okay, so to do, make each line grow as current width grows. Make each line grow. Okay. That's what I think we're doing. Only do padding in one place when the width changes. Okay, so we got rid of one place. So basically I'm allowing myself to do it inside this if block. And we have other padding here. Okay, now I believe this padding should go away. Okay, that's where we blew up last time. Okay. Text. Oh, whoops, the spaces. Sorry. All right. No, that's not it. Padding to length width 1. Okay. Let's make a precondition, or maybe it's a postcondition, but when you finish this method, yeah, I'll call it pre. I think there's an assert, right? I want to say, let's see, its assert condition is a Boolean, so, let's say what we want to say. Let all widths the same equal. Let's take body dot. Well, can I zip body with itself? Zip body with body dot remove first. Remove first. Oh, it mutates. I don't like that. Okay. Let's do. Can I do that? Okay. All satisfy. Okay, so they should all have, if you take each element of body and the following element, they should all satisfy the fact that they should have the same width. Okay, and this thing returns a Boolean, so I'll put this in the assert. Let's make sure this is true. Dang, it's not. Test fewer negative rows on the right. Oh. Okay. I guess this is the case of a new row.
I did. I turned them off. Okay.
Okay, that is up here. Add lines if needed. Insert this. Well, no, this is wrong. It needs to take the width into account.
Slow feet.
Okay. And we had spaces repeating. Add lines if needed. Okay. Body.insert. Not empty string, but really this for width. Otherwise, we're adding this for width. Okay. Oh, still. Okay. Test viewer needed. Well, how did assertion fail here? That's really weird. Okay, let's run this test. Okay, so this, we're on the first one. Okay. And let's print body. Okay, they all look the same. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay. That's good. Okay. Now let's come in here for the next one. We'll continue. Okay, and let's print body. Body's unchanged because we're putting the next character in. Okay, print y should be -2. Y is +2. What? Okay. Let's step over. Okay. Let's see this test. Oh, TEXT1. Okay, so it's putting that. All right, let's turn this off for a second and step over. Characters X. Okay. Let's continue. Characters T. Characters 1. Okay. Now, where are we? Okay. Step over. Okay, I'm going to set my break again. Okay. So we're here. Let's look at body. It should have text 1 in there. Really? Oh, we got to continue first. Sorry. Okay, let's see body. Okay, text 1. These lines all look the same. Body.map $0.count. Okay, they're all the same width. All right. Now we step over. X and Y is 0 and -1. Okay. Character is M. Okay. I guess the width. Oh, X is 0. Okay. Oh, shoot. Oh. We need to overwrite positions. I'm going to back up. Let's stop this. Okay, let's revert this. What else do we have? Okay, let's make sure it's green. Hey, sorry. Mostly I'm flailing around a bit. So what we're doing is, in the larger sense, I'm trying to produce a report on musical patterns, and this this is like the shape of a melody. So if it starts somewhere, it stays the same. It goes up. It stays the same. Goes up. Stays the same. Down. 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 Twinkle Twinkle Little Star has this shape. Dun 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 dun. It goes down. And so I'm trying to build a report that looks like this. I've got a grid object that manages this stuff, but I'm not happy with it. So I'm trying to change the representation. And well, I messed up doing that. Basically, I'm going to revert it and try again. The problem I'm hitting is the current way is I have strings, but I don't pad them out until I want to add stuff to them. Instead, I'm trying to just keep them padded to the right size at all times. And I think the problem is I've got arrays of strings. I'd really be better off with arrays of characters. And so I'm going to do that. Let's see. I got to find, let's continue from here. Let's disable other breakpoints and disable this one and continue. Okay. We'll make a clean run. But anyway, welcome. All right. So the problem I have, okay, or the change I'd like to make is I'd like to make this thing be, instead of string, I'd like to make it array of character and have it start out with one empty list of characters. Okay. Now, yeah, that's going to make a bunch of places unhappy. Trim right $0. $0 is an array of character. Well, I can convert that to string. And hopefully this is where I have to do that. Okay, so that one's okay. No exact matches in call. Well, I'm inserting characters, but I need to insert an array of characters. Okay, so that's that. Okay, and let's do it here. All right. And this stuff, okay. The problem is I have an array of characters. I want to extend it with more spaces. Okay, so in strings you use padding. what I'm going to do, well, let's see what we got. I think I can append contents of. Right. So if I if I have an array of repeating stuff, so let's do array repeating space, and the count is width. No, the count is not width. See, that's to length width, so it's really the width minus. Oh, I'm so buried in junk here at this point. Body sub index dot count. Okay, so if I want to get to width, if I got 3 and I want 5, I take the width I want minus the one I have. Okay, I think that'll be okay. Okay, I may be off by 1 because I am losing it. Okay, so body sub index, I'm going to take this out. Okay, so I believe I'm creating value of type. I guess this operates in place. Let's make sure about that. Yeah, it's a mutating function. Okay, so yeah, I have to just modify my line. Okay, and I'm going to do the same kind of thing here. Append. This time it's x minus that instead of width. This x minus that. Okay. Let's see if I can build. Okay. Let's say append. Character. Okay, so what's this padding here? Body sub target to length x. I don't think I need this. Cannot assign value of type. Oh, same thing here. Okay. Oops. It's just body y dot append. Body target y dot append. Okay. Okay, I'm not sure what's body sub target y. Okay. Could be running out of these things. Okay. So let's see. This one. Oh no, this is changing a lot, isn't it? Okay, body row padding to length width pad. My theory is this is no longer needed because I've already padded it. But when I tried doing this before, it did fail. So I'm worried it's still going to fail. Map string sub 0. what is $0? Contents is string. The result of split is probably subsequences or something. Cannot convert value of type string to. Well, I think I can do this. Okay, pull out the characters of them. All right. No, it's not right. Cannot convert subsequence. So, okay, so this is a subsequence string of. Okay, let's see the type of V. Yeah, thank you. Still an error type. What's your problem? Okay, let's look at split. Let's take this off. Look at split. Come on. Cannot assign array of string subsequences. Okay. I don't know if I can. Let me do $0 again. Okay. Each one of these should be a string subsequence. Can I convert value of string? Body. Body's type is, that's our array of characters. Okay. Okay, let's see if we can figure out what X is doing. X is array of string. Okay, so what I want to do is how can that be? Okay, so we split. That gives us a string for each line. Okay. Contents.split. Okay, this should be legit now. Okay. Split gives us an array of substrings. Okay. All right, so I've got to convert it, right? I've got array of strings, and then I want to convert each string to array of characters. Okay, I think I just have to say array, I think. This is one of those that got easier. Yeah, just array of string. Okay. Okay, and then body equals, well, type of X should be array of characters. String.element. That should be okay. All right. Okay, this is not my finest TDD. Axis was never used. Okay, this one is definitely the one that's causing the problems, isn't it? Bubble up text to It's got too much stuff. 02 is text 2. Should only have 2 spaces in front. But we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's separated by 3 spaces. That's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 10. B, C, D, E, F, G, 7, 8, 9, 10. 3. It's like our line is not getting filled in. Oh, did I delete that too when I reverted? I bet I did. Right. This was array repeating space count width. Oh man. Okay. I'm going to get this where I can see it again. Okay, so 2, 2 is text 1, yes. 0 minus 1 is minus 1. That's all in grid 1. Oops. Okay, where's my editor? Okay, I'll put this at the quote and at the quote. Okay, so text 1 is okay. Text 2 is okay. The blank line is okay. Minus 1 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 characters in front of it. Okay. Now, all right. I think I know what's going on. Let's check out this other one. Text 2. Text 2. Text 3 is not far enough over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, but I believe this. So it's too far over, I should say. Text 3 is coming from grid 2. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, too many. All right. Well, I'm I'm afraid I'm messing this up more than I'm helping it. um, let's take a break, about a 3-minute break. We'll come back and knock this thing into place again. All right, so see you in about 3 minutes. Okay, welcome back. All right. We're in this big changeover from using strings to using characters, and I feel like I think what's going on is this is 5 too big because we're appending to the end of the line. We've already made the lines big enough. I think our writing now should be overwriting cells that already exist. Excuse me. And it works fine on the graph part because it always is writing to the farthest right column. But the right hand side was appending text. It's appending text that overlaps vertically, and I think that's why it's messed up. So let's see if I can find the place I think is doing that. I think it's okay. I think yeah, I think this filter that I carefully put in is now officially in the way. And so I should just write the spaces as needed for each one, but then body target Y, I want to assign X equals CH. Okay, so now I'm overwriting the space that's there rather than appending a new value. And we had this filter and breaking it out because that wasn't supposed to, because we knew we had to append this character, but it's not an append. It really is. It should be put where it asks to be put in the right line. Okay, so I'm hoping that's all that is needed. Okay. Woof. So we've changed representation from array of string to array of character. All right. And now I want some cleanup. Now is the cleanup that should be paying off. I feel like I was stumbling around way too much there. Okay, let's delete commented out stuff. Okay. This. Okay. Any other comments? These are not used anymore. Okay, that's good. This padding is not needed. This padding is not needed. All right, full left is body sub row. Well, let's inline that. And this is full right, not referenced again. So that. Now these two aren't used. Okay, there should be no change. All right. Delete comments. And let a couple things. Okay. Let's see. What else is coming on? Trim right. That's all for the benefit of this. Okay. Array repeating count. Okay. Again, this is like I'd love a way to fold this together. Line equals axis, y minus axis. It's an assert versus an append. Yeah. Okay. This one, let's take out this. I think I understand that enough. Okay. I don't know. It's slightly better than we started today for a lot of work and a lot of stumbling around. So I think the stumbles were all related to the padding that we're putting in, and now we've fixed that. Okay. This, well, these are good, true things. Positive rows. I mean, that's kind of what this is supposed to be saying. Um, all right. Now, the other thing, well, is there a way around this? Add lines if needed. Right. Other. Let's do the refactoring thing. So this is adjust height. Can I get this? Other dot axis. Adjust height to other grid. Does that make sense? So I'm going to add positive lines and add negative lines if I need either one. Okay. I think that's, or how about conform? How's that read? This conform heights to other, and now grid 2 should conform to self. Okay, and I'm going to delete these conditions. I believe they're implicit in doing this. Now, why I need grid 2? Well, it's really this conforming thing that's causing it, isn't it? Let's say this way. Okay. I believe this is okay. The piece I'm not liking so well. All right. Let's go back to our to-do. Only do padding in one place when changes. Okay, but that's true. But the real thing we've been doing is switch grids representation from array of string to array of character. Okay, but both those are done. Okay, so now what am I? Do I have anything to check in? Yeah. What's the diff here? Oh, okay. Okay, so I'm copying the other grid because I want to conform height. The other thing I'm thinking is, like, should this thing just return a new grid? And I can make a case for it, but I just don't know if it's going to get too complicated. Let's do that. Grid. Okay. And for now, we should just be able to return self, right? And find the users of this. Find. Okay, there's my definition. Here's this. Well, let's say result equal result as string. All right, so let me see what I'm doing here. Make plus horizontal return a new grid. Okay, we're partway through. Now this. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to say var result equals a grid of self, and then result has to conform height to the other. Okay, now we do grid 2, conform height to result. And then this is all result is the one that should be affected by is this plus thing working? Okay, so for each thing in body, result.body sub row, I'm a little confused. Okay, clearly I'm not doing the right thing. Okay, let's undo this. This should work again. Okay. Okay, so result should be a new thing. Result.conform height to other grid other conform height to result. Oh no, that should be self still. Okay, and then run through everything in the body. I didn't know this would do an append. Body, I think we want to say result dot body sub row is body sub row plus spaces plus grid dot body sub row. Okay, and I think the problem may be like spaces again, our nemesis. Okay, let's see the first one. Text 1 is not equal to text 1, text 2. Okay. Result is grid plus grid 2. How about this one? Apparently it's not appending anything. Right, the second one's not coming in. Okay. What is... Okay, let's break here on this test we know fails. Okay, so let's see what result is. Result is single letters. Why should that be? Okay. Blank blank text1 blank blank all blanks. Text 1 all blanks. Okay, that actually kind of makes sense. Row is 0. That's that. Oh, we did modify grid 2, but that's okay. Text 2. Oh. This test always gives us grief. Okay, what's your problem? A, B, C, D, E, F, G, text 2. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Why are you there twice? 0, 0. Okay, let's break here. Okay, so we'll step in. Okay. Press self. Okay, he's just A, B, C, D, E, F, G in row 0. A, B, C, D, E, F, G in row 0. Okay. Okay, let's see result. Axis is 2, so 2 still has the A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Why does this not conform? Add lines if needed. Okay, so what I'm seeing is I had expected that everybody would have 7 columns at this point. And the answer is it doesn't. This add lines thing doesn't put spaces in. But I don't understand why not. It's got the width. Okay, I guess we're going to have to stop here and look. Okay. Wow, I'm really breaking out the debugger a lot today. Okay, let's run this test again. Step in. Okay, so let's see other. Okay, so he's got text 2, text 3. Everybody's the same width. 5, axis 2. So this is line -1 is text 3. And this is line 0, 1, 2. Okay, so 2, text 2, 3, text 3, 0, A, B, C, D, F, G. Okay. We're here. Let's step. Oh, let's see result. Why are you doing this to me? Step in. Okay, he's the way I'd expect. All right, step in, conform to. So self this should be result. 340820. Okay. And all values as expected. Okay, now let's go see this one. Well, let's see other dot axis. Okay, so he has 2 lines above. Let's go in. Okay. Now, print self should be the 348. Okay. Oh, his width is wrong. Oh, where's our copy constructor? He failed to maintain. Right, he's got body. He didn't copy width. He didn't copy, well, he doesn't have to copy height. He needs axis, though. He needs body, width, axis. All right, I'm taking this out, continuing. Take this out and continue. Oh, still failing. Okay, what's the problem? Hopefully it's different. A, B, C, D, F, G, text 2. A, B, C, D, F, G is not equal. So we lost text 3? Okay. Let's go back where we were. But I think we have a better chance. Excuse me. Yeah, let's stop here. We'll run this test. Okay, so print self ABCDFG with 7 axis 0, print result. See, with 7 axis 0. Okay, now when we conform height to, I'm just going to step over and look at result. Okay, axis was 0, now it's 2, so this is still line 0, ABCDFG. And this is line 2, line 1, line 0, line -1. Okay, and that actually looks like I would expect it to. Okay, so let's step grid to conform to. That feels like it should be unnecessary, but let's step over. Okay. Should it conform to self or to other? Width 5, axis 2. Okay, he has 2, 1, 0, -1. Okay. I think this should be to result. I'm just going to continue. All right, let's try it again. Okay, so print result. That, okay, step over and do the same print. We should get 4 lines now, 0, 1, 2, 3. Line 0 is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, because that's the axis line. Okay, let's step over and let's look at grid 2. Grid 2 has 0, 1, 2, minus 1. Oh, that can't be right. Because we have no idea where we're pulling from. We didn't change self to conform, so I'm surprised it didn't even bust. So whatever we have there existing, we want to take. Okay, and because the original self only had A, B, C, D, E, F, G in the first row, that's why it got in there. Okay. All right, let's see this. Oh, man. Okay, let's hope it's at least different. Text 2, A, B, C, D, F, G is not equal to text 2. Well, that's hard to know. Let's take this over to the editor. Okay, so text 2 space A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it did not pull this. Ugh. Okay, so text 3 should have been from here. All right. Results body.row should be whatever it is, because we copied, plus some spaces, plus the grid one. Why did it not take the last row? Oh, body is self.body. I don't know. I feel like we had that before. Maybe that was before I returned result. Gosh. Okay. Plus horizontal returns a new grid. That was a lot harder than it should have been. As well. Not doing well today, apparently. Didn't know I was particularly stupid today, but it's turned out to be true. Body with axis. Okay, let's take this down here. Okay, now let's see this thing. Is this okay? Well, I honestly thought this would change more than it has. I'm going to make this grid right. Okay, so we create a new grid, copy self in, conform its height to the other grid. We take the other grid, conform its height to result. So now we can go through and result body row and grid right body row correspond. Okay, and we are going to, well, I think I could just say dot append, right? We will append this string. And let's see what append. Insert contents of, sure. Is that a mutating? What does it return? Nothing. Okay. I don't know if I can say append something else. No. Okay. Make sure that works. Okay, so I don't know. This stuff to me seems like it should be a helper. And I don't know if I can get all of it. See, the problem is I have to keep saying result, 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 and it really should just be a self kind of thing. And this, let's extract method. Well, I don't know if I can. No, I can't. Okay, we'll copy this. Oh, it did. Okay. I think this is plus conforming horizontal. And it's really just a helper. Okay. But I want result. Well, let's make sure it works. Then I'll adjust. Okay. So I've got them make them conform, and then I really want to say result dot plus conforming spaces guard right. Okay. But let's make sure this works. Okay. So extract helper function. Okay, and then now I'm going to take the result out. Because it's just going to be this self result. Return self. Okay, and this is result dot plus conforming this stuff. All right, and let's make sure that works. Okay. Okay. Well, I don't know. As I look at this thing, I don't think it's stunningly better. I think it's slightly better. This may be a distraction. That's all okay. All right, let's make sure it runs. I don't think I really did a lot to it. Deleted a blank line? Okay. All right. Okay, now I have plusHorizontal. I think my report. Okay, so Parsons Code report. It generates the graph, generates a title, and then it appends the title horizontally to the graph with some space between them. And right now, it just returns the report. I only allow for one report. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so I've got a test, Parsons Code report tests. Okay. And check graph. Is anybody calling this? No. Okay. This takes one. I don't know. Can I give you... Yeah, tell you what, let's make title okay, so I'm gonna modify this one to take this. Call this titles. Okay, conflicts with previous declaration with the same selector. I don't think that's really right. Well, I can call it check reports. Value of type string to expected argument type string. Yeah, he's just not waking up here. Value array of string to expected argument. Oh, check reports. All right, let's make sure titles.count and pitches.count should be equal. Okay. They should be equal. So we're saying you're going to pass in the same number of titles as you do pitches. Okay, but then I want to make a loop. Well, I got lines. Let's make this fine tunes. Yeah, that should handle multiple. I don't know if we do yet. Okay, it looks like we might. Okay, so basically forming the input, I want to say, well, you know what? I think maybe this title and pitch is, let's make it string. Okay, so you're going to give me a title and the pitches that go with it. We don't need the assert anymore. Okay, now let's take title pitches. For each. Okay, and I don't know if I can do this. In. Okay. Okay, so we've got a title and a pitch. Now I want to do this. I really want to substitute this. So let's do a little awkward kind of thing. Okay, so I want to take let next input equal. All right, let's take input dot replacing occurrences of title. Oh no, of percent title percent with title. And then we'll replace percent pitches percent with pitches. Okay, so now we have next input looked like input used to. So let's take this. All right, so this, let's do a map. Okay, so we're going to take the entry here, title and pitches. Let's let lines equal this. I'll put a blank line because we need one between them. All right. And let's return this next input. Okay, we want to make those. Okay, let's combine this while we're up here. This is a pair. Okay, and it should call this, which should produce one of these. Array of substring to array of substring. Okay, lines. Expected type substring. Fine tunes wants a substring? Huh. Okay. Array of string dot subsequence. All right, let's see what we got here. Okay, so this type is a string. Okay, so we take our input string and then we return an array of subsequences. Okay. I think this should there should be a concatenate thing that takes care of this for us. Can I join? Compact map or flat map? Transform. Okay, concat map versus flat map. Receive an array of non-optional values when you produce an optional. Okay, so we probably want flat map. A single level of connection when you produce a single. Okay, let's try that. Squares by name equal this. $0 dot value. And arrays. Okay. Flat map. Okay, I guess transformation produces. Okay, let's use flat map. s.flatMap. Please use compact map. What? Okay. We'll take. Let's make sure the type of this string of subsequence. Substring. I don't know if that looks like it's okay. Okay, so we generalize the check function to allow multiple entries. Okay, and then, I don't know, would this look better lower? I think it's easier to type, easier to read. Okay. All right. So the reason for doing this, let's see. So I guess we've done that. Okay. Add Parsons Code. I'm gonna do report for multiple tunes first. Okay, so what does that set up? Well, Parsons Code report tests. We need to be able to handle multiple songs. Okay, so let's say function test multi-song report. Okay, so I'm going to say check reports. Yeah, I did something wrong there. Okay, multi-song report. I want to call check reports, and I pass in an array with the pair, and I'm going to have another pair. Down some D C C. Okay, and then one more up some C C C C D D D D. Yeah, I want to keep life somewhat easy. Okay, that ends the first argument, and then the report should be a multi-line thing. Let's put this. Okay. So this one is going to be star dash down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the title goes on the star line. 1 down some. And then another report that is star dash 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 that, and then we need our overline, 3 of those. Oh, and that needs an escape. Okay, and the star line is 1 up some. I'm not going to worry about the reference number. You can have the same one twice, I guess. They're not very restrictive. They're even optional. Okay, so 1 line, and I think I want 2 lines between my reports. Okay, so let's see what happens. This report's going to fail because we only handle 1 tune. And that's where I expect to pick up tomorrow, but we'll see how far we get. Okay, this is the only one that failed. Multi-song report, okay. And the failure is just C is not equal to the stuff it's supposed to be because we only pull the first report. Okay, let's deal with this. Okay, so report tunes. Well, let's take tunes dot map to report $0. Okay, that gives us a report for each tune, and then joined by separator new line. That should give us a string, and those strings get joined together with blanks. That may do it for all the stumbling around. Okay, let's see what we got. Well, it's not obviously wrong. Okay, so star just C space. I'm only getting 1 new line. Star just C new line. This, well, again, the font is wrong, but I think it's just a question of the new lines. My goodness, that was definitely easier than I thought. Okay, it's not quite what I want to do, but it'll give us something. Okay, now we're into nitty gritty. All right, what's the difference? Let's take this much over to our editor. Okay, that's there. That goes there. Okay. And courier. Star 2, 3, 7. Oh, these don't line up, do they? Six, 7, 8. Oh, let's really line them up. Okay, blank, blank. 1 down some. Well, that sure looks equal to me. Oh, there's my right trim. Ugh. Need to pull that out. Okay. Um, this comparison is really awkward, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Space, 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 space. 4 spaces. 3, 4. Yep, that looks good. Just see. Okay, I'm going to copy it, put it up here. It certainly looks the same. Do I need all that? Let's just take result, because I think by putting the trim on the as string, no. Let's see if we get a better explanation. Just I don't know. That looks a lot similar. Notice nobody else failed because of it, which tells me something's funny. Oops. Okay. That sure looks the same. Down. Oh, put in courier. Just see star dash down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. Huh. Those should be underscores. All right, let's take the case this. We have other tests. Let's find Parsons graph tests. Star DR puts that. Okay. Wow. I'm kind of shocked how this test failed. I thought we had that all pretty well under control. Okay, so the case is DDCCCCC, something like that. This. All right, let's take that and Parsons graph tests. This is DR. Let's check graph D. Wait a minute. DD should be a repeat. Yes. Down. D. Star D. No. Star R. D. 5 R's. Star R. D. 5 R's. Should be a Parsons graph. Star dash. Oops. Star dash. Next line down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. Star, repeat, down, repeat, repeat, repeat. Okay. Let's see this test. Wow. Oh. Is that an underscore? Okay. I think it's me. I type dashes instead of underscores. No, apparently it's not. Okay. D, D, down to C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down some. Okay, let's see what we get. Okay, start there and here. Okay, star 1, just C. Those look okay-ish. That star is a little ugly. Oh, courier. Okay. Stars, all those. New line, dash, minus, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I have too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I got too many in my assertion. I guess that's the good news when my assertions are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 extra. Okay, well, if I wanted to time this out so it ended right at the proper moment, I guess I've done that for all my stuttering around. Handle multi-song report. Okay, with no sorting. Okay, and up here. Okay. Add the Parsons code and sort the analysis. All right, title follows graph we did. It's really here. Okay. Alrighty. So, a bit of stumbling around through that grid. I'm still not perfectly happy, but it's doing its job. So we have the multi-song reports working. The thing I want to do is I want to display the Parsons code and I want to sort by it. But I think we're really close. The other thing I think we want to do I think I probably want to keep in the grid domain. I don't know if it's worth it, but we have this. I don't know. It's all strings at this point, which is fine. But anyway, I think we're in good shape to do that work next time. That'll be next week, Monday at 1 to 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, or UTC is 6 to 8:30 p.m. Thanks for joining today. I hope I catch you in the future, and have a good weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.